everyone, welcome to your new moon in Cancer collective reading. Today I am going to introduce something new to this reading. I'll get to that in a little bit. For right now, I want to go over some of the planetary energies first. So the new moon in Cancer that we are having, Cancer is actually ruled by the moon, and right now the sun is also currently in the moon the sun is currently in Cancer as well. So with both of these potent energies together, it's really heightening our intuition at this time, our sense of being nurturing and pulling both out of ourselves and also going deep within, because it's also a very protective sign. So you could feel more protective over those you care about, but also protective over your own energy at this time, which would also aid you through a lot of these transits that we're having, because currently the opposition to the moon is Capricorn, and we still have quite a few retrograde planets in Capricorn, Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter, I believe, are still running together right now in that. So it might create a little bit of tension between those. We've already been experiencing the energies of those three planets, so you kind of know what those feel like. Just know it can be maybe a little confusing with your intuition at this time, because it's trying to come through strongly, but it also might be kind of pulling you in other directions. But as long as you can tap into that, it should help you get through these energies a lot easier. Also, we have Mercury finally out of retrograde. It's direct in the sign of Cancer as well. So if we are connected to our intuition in a way, this would help us communicate that as well, because there's going to be a lot of watery energy mixing with a lot of earth energy right now. So with those opposing each other, you're going to want to focus on going in and trying to heal deep wounds, because Chiron is still in retrograde, and right now it is conjunct Aries Mars in Aries right now. So those are causing a lot of pretty much very driven aggression, like a lot of internal pulls, because right now we're being hit with a lot of things that are probably coming up that are probably either very shattering or very jolting. Our emotions are probably very on edge right now, because things are kind of being dropped into our life and we don't know why. And that's mainly because these are wounds that we need to heal, and we can harness the energy of this moon to do that, to go in and use the healing properties of Cancer to heal ourselves. We cannot help others if we are not helping ourselves, because we will end up giving negativity to others if we do not pull ourselves out of the energy of just wanting to hermit, because that could happen at this time as well. It could be too overwhelming, and you may feel it would be best to just go inside and close yourself off from everything. You still have to be present in the moment. Even if you're in a lot of pain right now, the best thing you can do is go through and kind of slowly deal with each aspect of the pain, so you can come out stronger after this. And the sun in Cancer will help illuminate some of these things that might not be making sense to you. It'll bring some light to the situation, and then the moon itself being in Cancer will make it to where your emotions and validating them for yourself are very important at this time. Seeking outside validation from others at this time could actually cause you more pain, because since everyone's going through their own individual pains right now, they might react to you in a way that kind of puts you behind the eight ball, so to speak. So, if you want to come out of yourself and help others, just know that that kind of aggressive energy or almost defensive energy that people are feeling, they might take things personally right now because of the things they're going through. So if you feel that energy around you, it's best to just try to heal your own instead of trying to heal them, because they need to do that. That's their journey. So that's as far as I want to talk about the planets. Besides, Neptune is still retrograde in Pisces, which is still causing quite a bit of confusion. So hopefully some of these transits can give a little bit of clarity where there has been a lot of confusion right now. But also going to something outside of yourself, not other people, but more of what you believe in, whether it's God, spirit, the universe, angels, going to something outside of yourself and completely giving trust will help ground you at this time. Because even if you're feeling like alone from the people around you or the people that are not around you, you will always have that connection. And right now you can actually come into that connection quite easily, since your intuition is going to be so heightened right now. It'll be a little easier for when you're receiving messages to be able to discern between what is your emotional state, because that'll be very heightened and kind of out of body feeling, and the intuition will be very calm. So going with that calm stillness will be what brings you the grounding and what brings you the healing and what brings you down the messages you need to receive in order to keep moving forward. The crystals that I chose today, the first one I want to talk about is, sorry about that, is the Tiger Eye. This is my Tiger Eye Tower. Don't want it falling over while I'm doing stuff. But, looks like the Leaning Tower of Pisa on there. Okay, it's just gonna be the Leaning Tower today. But, so Tiger Eye is good for grounding and centering personal energy, dispelling fears and mental clarity, attract good luck. It helps with focus and bringing insight to complex situations, and protects from negative energies. So a lot of the stuff I was just saying, this stone would help with. The next one I want to show you guys is this little piece. This right here is amethyst. It's an amethyst heart. And this crystal is for expanding the higher mind. It enhances creativity and passion. It connects to the divine, and it's also a stone of protection. And it purifies your aura of negative energies or attachments, which is good for trying to heal at this time. It's bothering me because it's trying to be But it's good for healing at this time because it can almost in a sense ground your higher chakras, since you're going to probably be receiving messages that are trying to aid you to get through this period. So it's really important to listen. If you want to meditate with the crystal, it might also help with calming you down in a sense, so that way you can connect more easily to your intuition and receive the messages. The next one I want to show you guys, and I have already mentioned I have tons of selenite, but this is my Selenite Tower. And it's good for radiance and harmony. It creates a safe, uplifting environment from outside influences. It amplifies any other crystals or stones that you're working with, so it actually aids their properties. So if you feel like you need more help from a particular type of stone or crystal you have, if you pair selenite with it while you're doing any of your practices or meditation, it can greatly aid in enhancing those. And it also cleanses itself and those crystals as well of any energies that might be drawn to them while you're doing that. And it also is a great connection to the divine as well. And then the last one I want to show you guys is my dragon Septarian flame. It's a little hard to hold this. So, with the Dragon Septarian, it is a very powerful grounding stone. It helps awaken connection to Mother Earth and her nurturing energy. It realigns your chakras and helps with drastic change you might be going through in your life, which for a lot of people that's what's happening right now, including myself. It helps repair emotional as well as physical trauma that may have occurred, so that you have the strength to work through those things. So now that I have gone over the crystals, the next thing I want to do is I want to introduce something new. Those are the neighbors. They have cute little kids. But I want to introduce something new. This right here is a singing triangle, and I want to give you guys this time to meditate with me. This if you would like to skip this portion, I'm going to have timestamps for each thing, like the crystals and the meditation as well as the reading. So if this isn't something you're interested in, you can go ahead and skip to the reading. But I'm going to go ahead and start the meditation. And yes, it has to be twisted, so... Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get into the reading. So the first thing I want to do is, with this new moon, I want to pull some main areas that we should focus on during this moon, or that will be majorly affected during this moon, so that we kind of have a little heads up. If some of these are things you're having issues with right now, maybe you can set intentions to help you in this area, then it will help you during this time. Okay, so first card we have, once it'll not have glare. No glare, please. Eventually. There we go. So we have Jupiter, which I talked about earlier, is being opposed in Capricorn right now. So this will be affecting your confidence and the belief in yourself, as well as your luck. So the energy with this, really focus on your healing right now. You're really going to have to come into your own out of this, because this energy is very expansive. It's about learning, and a lot of people don't think that Jupiter brings lessons since Saturn is the lesson planet, but with all the expansion and the learning that comes with this, it actually does bring a lot of lessons that we need to learn. So lessons that you might be learning right now and you're having a tough time with could actually be helped during this transit if you utilize the moon's energies at this time. Also, we have Gemini energy coming through. Right now, Venus is in Gemini. So, since it's with communication and exchanging of thoughts and everything like that, and pretty much a lot of one-on-one talking as well as networking as well, because in this age, communication is happening a whole lot over the internet right now. Using this energy to gather information that could help you through your process would really benefit you right now. Also, there, with Mercury being in Cancer, Mercury is it goes with Gemini, so the connection between Mercury and Cancer right now could be especially important, because it could be helping you actually communicate your emotions if you can harness that energy. Because if you're having trouble expressing yourself, if you can come at it from, I know it's very hard if you're having to heal some very deep wounds right now, but if you can almost come at it from another perspective, and maybe even try to, when you're expressing your emotions, be a little lighter, not like playing, because obviously if something is very heavy and you're needing to heal, you're not going to want to play around with it. but almost like coming from a place of knowing you are working on it, and it's not something that's making you fall into a pit that you want to suck others into. Because this energy right here of Aquarius coming through, which is another air energy like Gemini, it's freedom and being idealistic, and it's also technology. So both of these are dealing with communications over the internet, which a lot of us are in situations where that is the only way we're able to connect right now. So if you're feeling isolated from family, especially since Cancer is very family oriented, or your roots, ancestors, things like that, if you're feeling really detached from that right now, you can actually use technology to help you reconnect right now. If that's something you're wanting to do, you can put that intention out there, and you might actually get responses you need through the internet. Also, if you're feeling, another flip side of this, if you're feeling way too overwhelmed, you can harness the energy of Aquarius and help yourself kind of pull away and detach a little bit to help with the perspective that you need, so that way you can kind of come from like an observer's eye looking in, instead of being swallowed by your emotions. So you need to be able to go within when you need to, and then come out when you need to, so that way you're not swallowed by the outside or the inside. It's like really having to learn balance. And then we have the fourth house, which is ruled by Cancer. Like I was talking about before, home and roots. And this also has to deal with your own soul, because your roots are also in your spirit as well. So the green of this card really reminds me of the heart chakra, and healing a lot of wounds that are within your heart at this time, whether it is dealing with family or your own pain, especially with Chiron being really deep wounds we've probably carried around a very long time that we're trying to understand. If you want to use the help of the moon with this, since it is Cancer energy, it can help you heal yourself. If that's an intention you want to set, like getting guidance on how to heal these things within yourself so you can move forward. Because this right here, the Mars energy I was talking about earlier, it is conjunct, it's like right with Chiron right now, and it's literally pushing you and giving you a fighting spirit right now to want to push forward through the healing. And sometimes that can be a lot, because if there's this pushing force like driving, and it's just dumping and dumping a bunch of stuff you need to heal, it can be very overwhelming. So knowing when to be in this energy and when to pull yourself out of the energy, so that way you just don't drown in it, is a very important aspect. Because the Aries energy actually squares off against the Cancer energy, so it can make it difficult to kind of rein back this fiery passion when you're trying to tune into your intuition, because Mars is more instinctual, like knee-jerk reaction, whereas the flow of all the Cancer energy is more of a stillness that you need, so that you can calm yourself and go within. So if you feel like you need more of the Cancer energy during this time, that would be a better focus for you. Or if you're feeling too stagnant, using the energy of the Mars to help push you and propel you could be a way that you could use the moon's energy as well. So you can actually use the square to your advantage, since those are more like challenges as opposed to something that's hindering you. So you can actually use that force to your advantage. So the next thing I want to get into is some spirit messages for each of these areas that we have. First, I want to get one for Jupiter. since it is an opposing energy. And what messages they would want to give you where dealing with the Jupiter energy. Literally what Jupiter represents. They want you to believe. So it's the force that works through your soul, determining what's possible or impossible. The difference between success over failure, and above all, who you are, is the power of your belief. So, and this is also very heart chakra centered, but also it's bringing in the messages with the crown as well. So this right here with Jupiter, even though things are very hard, you have to keep up believing in yourself. And if it's really hard to do that, know that the higher realms are here with you as well. All you need to do is ask, and they'll come down and help and aid you. The next energy, let's see, a spirit message for the Gemini energy. Very interesting. We got study. Sorry for the quick clearing. So, Spirit has its own special way of letting you know that it's time to study again. From time to time, it's important to go back and learn. Quit glaring. Whether it's learning old things in a new way or learning something totally new, this is an opportunity to expand your mind. The next I want to go into is the Aquarius energy. See what messages we have here. And we have light. Eventually it will not glare. So imagine yourself as a being composed of energy and light, because in reality that's precisely what you are. You are a powerful being, and people are attracted to your brilliance. This is a time to remember how vibrant you truly are. So, and interestingly enough, both of these air energies also have cards that are blue, which represent the throat chakra and communication. If you're going to be communicating with people at this time, make sure they are people that uplift you and are wanting to bring you to a place of freedom to express yourself instead of making you want to close off. If you're around people that make you want to hide your emotions, it's better to just kind of have your own way of going within, so that way you can have your own safety, and then possibly using the internet or other technology to help you reach out to people that are your group that you have, because sometimes our physical group isn't what we need to help us on our journey. Sometimes in this day and age we need our internet family. So kind of see the light as the light that flows through all of the different interconnectedness of technology at this time, since it's going with Aquarius and allowing you to just kind of break out. With the fourth house energy and some messages at this time. So this might be where some of the healing is coming in. So we have self-sabotage. When you learn to get out of your own way, there will be no stopping you. Most of the time, it's not others who prevent you from achieving your true goals. It's that inner voice that derails those carefully woven plans. So with this one, in this picture, she's not wanting to see what's happening, so there might be a lot of wounds coming up from family or otherwise that are causing you to repeat self-defeating almost affirmations in your mind, like you are just bogging yourself down, and it's closing off parts of yourself that you need to heal because you don't want to see this because it hurts so bad, and you need to take the veil off and start kind of peeling back slowly if it's that painful. Don't try to do it all at once because that can cause a breakdown. But just realize, like, accept little pieces at a time, because once you acknowledge and then you accept, you can learn to heal. So just take your steps slowly with that. With the Mars energy spirit message we have, well, that's interesting. We have hello from heaven. Come on, focus in here. I want you to be able to see all the stuff on the card. So your loved ones in the spirit world want to connect with you as much as you want to connect with them. They know you've been thinking of them, and they're sending you signs and symbols to show you how much they love you and to prove they're with you at this time. Sorry for this thing not wanting to focus. But as you can see, there's a lot of stuff being brought down. Some of these might actually be symbols you're seeing right now. So when you're feeling like you really need the strength from this Mars energy, just know you can call on them. Or if you're feeling too overwhelmed with this energy and you need stillness, you can ask for the same thing. They want to help you right now. They are very present right now. So being able to open yourself and ask for that guidance, or ask for just saying, can you please help me remain calm, or can you please give me the confidence to go forward with this? They want to help. So just open to it so they can help you with your healing. The next thing I want to go on to is, I know a lot of times people want to know what they can manifest or what their main goals should be when addressing any kind of moon phases. And so the next one I'm gonna do is what would be best for you to manifest at this time, or something to kind of set your eyes on as a goal, so that way, oh, well, that's kind of a yeah, something tells me we're going to be getting some energies here telling you guys what not to do as well, because you can also manifest negative things if your mind is swirling around. And, okay, this one really wants to stay out here. And I'll go over each of these once I pull them out. A lot of these are making sense. Okay. So right now is gonna really be a time, like I've been saying, of needing to learn equal give and take. That balance between your inner world and your outer world is definitely very important right now. With this right here, we have the Eight of Wands. Come on, you can do it. The Eight of Wands, and it's reversed. So this right here is making me think that there's messages that really want to come through, and you have to open yourself to it. If it's hard for you to believe that this can happen to you, or you just don't feel you have it and you aren't gifted like that. All of us have the ability to be able to hear the guidance if we open ourselves to it, if we ask humbly for signs and guidance. It doesn't show up. Everyone is different. No one's one thing shows up like somebody else's. So look for what is specific to you. So that way you can open the channel and start receiving the messages. There's also a chance at this time too that some of the feedback you get from people, if you're not careful with who you choose, can be very negative, and it will create a space where you don't feel safe to express yourself or to heal. So be careful of that. The next one we have, this one also has a nice blue to it, the Four of Cups reversed. So this right here is taking action and moving forward with things, really expanding your mind and realizing that there's so much that there is to offer. And this is also, Cups is representative of water. So not only is there a bunch of expression, but there's also being able to express emotions, like move forward with it, with those that you connect to, and the learning and everything will help you also be able to open up and express yourself. And then right here, Pentacles are more of the earthly plane. So this is happening with you. Ooh, come on. This is happening with you. So this is bringing in the like-minded people, the people that share your visions, that really want to see you thrive. And almost like your soul tribe. So at this time, something that you can really work on manifesting is being able to fully express how you feel while also pulling your soul tribe to you. Because if you have your soul tribe, it will be so much easier for you to be able to express everything and move forward, knowing that there's so many people that really want to see you succeed. And right here, we have the Ten of Swords reversed. Now, all this pain and anguish that you might have felt in the past, because this also, come on, you can do it, also really goes with Chiron and the wounds you're needing to heal and the deep down soul pain. Come on. Okay. The deep down soul pain that you're feeling and these limiting beliefs you have on yourself. It's being able to manifest letting them go at this time. I mean, because through the healing and the cleansing waters, it's like you can just let them flow out, and you can just work on saying, I really want to release this pain and get rid of this mental prison. Because being in that place and being blocked off will keep the messages from coming to you. Because when your mind is completely stunted by everything that is pretty much driving you crazy, there's no space in it for messages to come down. And when it's really needed, what happens is you almost feel like you've been abandoned to stay in your misery, when in fact you have the power to step out of it. And when you do that, it helps you to move out of this energy right here, which right now a lot of us may be experiencing. Is like a lot of unexpected events, like kind of like disappointments. Some of it might even be even harsher than that, like things happening that we feel are just pulling us down into pits right now. and like we don't have a say. When this is happening to you, really humble yourself and ask for the help to guide you through it, because when the guidance comes through, that will help you to ground yourself instead of feeling like you need to escape. Because remember that Neptune Pisces is going to still be coming through and making that little voice in your head be like, I really want to get away from this, I want to hide, I don't want to deal with this right now. And it can make you try to turn away from the pain and turn to things that are harmful to you. Don't fall into addictions right now trying to get away from this pain, because you will block off any healing that's possible from happening. It'll block off you being able to bring people to you that can help you, that want to love you for who you are, and from moving forward and being able to express yourself and learn and grow. Just know that you can use the energy right now to really pull yourself out of this deep, deep hurt and heal yourself. Turn the love you have for others inward and heal yourself. It's very powerful right now. I also wanted to, if you hear any weird noises, I honestly don't know what that was. Yeah, I really don't know what that is. But the next thing I kind of wanted to pull is to kind of see kind of collectively where we're kind of all sitting in this journey right now, because there is so much going on everywhere. So let's go ahead and see where we are as a collective right now. Yeah, like I was saying, we're all really in need of, come in. So we're all really in need of, what this is saying, deep replenishment. We need to rest, and some of us might even need to be consoled, like with physical touch right now, like just knowing that someone's there to hold your hand or give you a hug. Or some of us really just need to be able to retreat into ourselves and be held by our own love. I just hit my elbow. Okay, next one. Something that we all need to know right now, the ever unfolding rose. You're being cracked open with all this healing, but the universe wants you to know it's happening for you, not to you. You're not being punished. You are going through these things to learn valuable lessons so that you can continue on your growth, and so that you can heal from these past hurts that happened to you, and so that you can express them, so that people know. And then this right here, warrior woman, you can be a warrior man. Have you answered your deepest calling? With our intuition being so heightened right now, and plus a lot of the transits that we're currently in, we're really being pushed towards what our soul is calling us to do right now, especially with all this time to internally reflect for most of us. Really listen to that voice, because if it's trying to come through, it might even come through other people. A lot of times when your guides feel you're not hearing it from them, they will use other people as vessels to come to you with their lesson and say it to you. So if something oddly hits a mark, sit back and try to understand what it's trying to tell you, so that way you can go within and start feeling what your soul is calling you to. If you don't feel comfortable just throwing yourself out into it right now, take baby steps, look into it, learn about it. This is the perfect time to learn about it and to open yourself to learning and expressing what you're learning, so that way you can bring even more insights into it, so that way you can understand more what your soul's trying to tell you. And this right here, just say yes. There's going to be a lot going on right now, and you have to trust that it's for you. Everything that's happening right now is for you. So when things happen that don't make sense, take a breath and say, yes, I accept this, and thank you, and be grateful for the gifts being given to you, especially things we might not even look at as gifts. So, especially if opportunities come along and you feel like you're not in the mental frame, sorry about that. If you feel like you're not in the mental frame, maybe it will help you kind of come outside yourself if you say yes. Or if there's messages you receive, don't ignore them. Say yes. You don't want them banging down your door and teaching you even more lessons at this time. It's kind of the last thing a lot of us need right now. And for... oh yeah, that's what this whole time is doing. Transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. All of us are going through so much deep healing right now. And for everyone, it's going to be different. But just know it's all for your good. Nothing is happening to you as a punishment. It's to help you heal ancestral karma, things that have come down through your family, like maybe generations of abuse, things that you want to break now so you don't carry on into the line that you're going to bring in, whether that is ideas and creations or it's a family, anything that you are wanting to bring into fruition right now. By breaking those ties and healing yourself, you create a new cycle where you put in what you will receive, and then those down the line will receive as well. The last that I want to do is some advice for being able collectively to stay on our paths. Sometimes I feel like I have a lisp. I don't know if I do. But this is so that we can collectively stay the track and be able to use the moon energies to do so. So let's see what we got. Pachama. Let me get it. Or Pakama. Pakamama. Okay, I'm probably pronouncing and completely destroying this word. I am so sorry. But with this, it really looks, I mean, this is just beautiful right here. All these energies coming in. I mean, it just reminds me of tons of messages you'll be receiving. I want to read these for you guys since it's pretty much keeping us staying the course through all this stuff. So this represents the unconditional love that the earth has for all her children. Here, let me just have it up here while I'm telling you guys. So maybe? Okay. So this represents the unconditional love that the earth has for all her children, including the stones, the plants, the animals, and humans. She is the goddess of earth, also known as Gaia, who pervades all creation on our planet. Our timeless soul can experience life in a biological body thanks to her. The joy and pain we taste during our brief time on earth are invitations to discover the boundless love of Mother Gaia. You are a child of the earth. Now is the time to eat right, love right, and be joyous regardless of the circumstances you may find yourself in. Be grateful for your life, your body, and all that nourishes you. She invites you to relish each breath, embrace your joy and your pain equally, and discover love through both. Let her know how much you appreciate all her blessings with an act of service, such as planting a tree, helping save an endangered species, or protecting the ocean. You still believe that you have been cast out of the Garden of Eden, that you are motherless and homeless. You suppose that you need to work very hard to survive and thrive. It is time to stop suffering, let go of that old myth, and realize you were given the garden to rejoice in and to become its steward. Your melancholy is really a longing to return to the heart of Gaia. Listen deeply to the mother who is always there for you. Walk in beauty and honor all life. I'm kind of summing up a lot of messages I had there. Let's see what other advice we have. Oh, the drum. So I'll read the drum as well. If I can get a comfortable sit on how I have this propped up here. Okay, the rhythm of the drum tunes you to the beating heart of the universe. Its wood frame links you to the trees and helps you to journey to the lower world via the roots and the upper world through its branches. The drum skin gives the shaman the powers of the animal kingdom. Striking the drum calls forth the power of the thunder and the rumbling of the earthquake. The drum invites a trance state where healing and prophecy happen. The drum invites you to take the next bold step in your journey. The forces of heaven and earth are aligned behind you, supporting effortless action. This is not a time to push against the river. The current will take you exactly where you want to go once you jump in. Collect your power tools and summon your courage because it's going to be a wild and glorious journey. Allow yourself to be carried by the rhythm of what is really essential in your life. You travel to the beat of a different drum. It's time to acknowledge you do not fit the mold or role or relationship that is not in tune with you. Find your rhythm, respond to the heartbeat of the distant drum. The price you pay for lingering becomes higher with each passing day. Now is the time to move on. So we're pretty much getting a whole lot of confirmations right now, guys. That is just happening to me a lot right now today. Don't mind miss. Eventually I will get it to look at something in semblance of what I had before. Ooh. Maybe, no, maybe. Probably gonna have to edit this because this is complete catastrophe. Okay, what is happening? Okay, we are just going to come on now. Okay, we are gonna go with this. I am so sorry for all that. I'm going to scoot away from my prop right now. So our next one, sorry for all that. We have Wild Woman, So let me get her to where you guys can see her. So the wild woman dances into your reading. She reminds you of the essence of authenticity and freedom. Divested of all social constraints and cultural conformity, the wild woman holds up a mirror to your essential self, the true essence of who you are and who you're meant to become. She is a reminder of the bright light within each of us that gets dimmed by the restrictions imposed upon us by the expectations of society. She reminds us that in order to be fully present to life, we must uncover the light and let it shine brightly, regardless of the perceived consequences. When the wild woman comes to dance in your reading, you're invited to shine brightly and to know that your true self is being called out to engage in the world. This is a symbol that your long-held dream is beginning to take root and wants to be expressed. Your authentic self doesn't fit in a box. It needs the freedom to shine. It's time to have courage and step into the light. The wild woman says, shine brightly, dance with abandon, be yourself, and let the Great Spirit decide what happens. You'll be happy you did. Excess for its own sake is a sign of imbalance. This is a warning that you may be trapped in obsessive thinking or behavior, looking for release in places that will never provide it. Let go lest you become like the hungry ghosts of Chinese Buddhist lore that can never be fulfilled. True release comes from trusting the fluidity of life, understanding that just as a river needs its banks to flow through, so too do you need boundaries around your thinking and behavior. Now is the time to simplify, be mindful, and connect to that light within. It's very interesting how all these are just connecting this whole reading. I'm going to do 2 more and then that'll be the closing. So here we have the crow. Once I can, there we go. So crow is the keeper of universal law, the law of truth. Crow teaches us to walk our talk, to find congruence between who we say we are and who we really know ourselves to be. This winged one insists that we speak truth, that we create truth instead of searching for it, and that we bring truth to every situation we find ourselves in. When you speak the truth and practice truth, eventually everything you say becomes true. Your power to co-create with the truth is the universal law. Correct what is untrue in your life without judgment. Let the truth set you free. Be true to your word. Crow arrives just as we have convinced ourselves that what we are doing is right and justified. And while this may be the case in the realm of relative truth, in the higher realm of absolute truth it is not. Look deeply into your heart and remain alert lest you convince yourself of something that isn't deeply true for you, or perhaps it is not the highest truth. Do not seduce yourself with illusions. I mean, maybe I should have just pulled these out for the reading. So our last one that we have okay, so 2 wanted to come out. Okay, some of you might be like, what the heck? So, we have the child and the corn. It's kind of reminding me of a movie right now. You guys probably know what it is. I'll go over each one separately. So first, we will go with the child. The child knows the way to joy and happiness. The child offers the return of a second innocence, a time born of wisdom and not of nativity. This card allows you to correct your course and offers you a second chance. It brings you the possibility of redemption and entering heaven while on earth. The child is here to release you from the habit of being yourself and to help you acquire a beginner's mind, so you can see life as if for the first time. Remain open to learning and discovery. Who is your spouse or partner today? Can you see them with fresh eyes? Who is looking back at you in the mirror this morning? Become a mystery unto yourself and reconnect with a sense of childlike wonder. The child comes to you to show you how you can correct the course of your life without being punished. Set yourself free from your conditioning for suffering. You were born unfettered and happy, and can be so again if you make the choice right now. The child will help you climb out of the hole you may have dug yourself into to recover your sense of play. And then the last one we have the corn. Corn represents the mother of sustenance and tangible abundance. This symbol represents material prosperity in the world of form that provides stability and sustenance to many. There is more than enough. You planted a beautiful field of dreams and worked hard, even in moments when you were losing faith. You continued. Now the spirit of corn comes to honor this and show you a bountiful harvest. This is time to reap rewards of hard work and trust, whether those rewards are financial or the kind of prosperity measured in quality rather than quantity. You are so blessed when this symbol appears. Don't forget to share your good fortune. Beware of shortcuts to your dreams or fast tracking being offered to you now. Be especially mindful of your feelings of entitlement or an expectation to get something for nothing. This is a time for gratitude, perseverance, and humility. Be prepared to work towards your goals and plant the seeds of your intentions consciously and respectfully. Release any insecure thoughts of scarcity, feeling there is not enough, or worry that someone else can take what is yours. Know that the universe will always provide, but you must be in a relationship with it in order to receive. You will reap what you sow. Take heart, even if you didn't plant well and have conjured up the illusion of a drought, there is always a new season to begin again. I feel like a lot of words I was talking about got repeated in these cards. So, that is your reading, guys. One thing I did want to say at the end that I probably should have said at the beginning too, but if you guys stayed this long, then you'll be able to see it. I'll put a timestamp for this too. I want to do the next pick a card reading to be an audience choice. So if you guys would like to, you can comment anything you would like to see in a pick a card. I already have a poll going as well, and your ideas can be added to the poll too, so that way it's all fair. So the one that has the most votes, or kind of like the most similar ones, if that makes sense, will be the next reading I do for pick a card. So I hope this message reached everyone well, and that everyone has a great new moon, and this is able to help a lot of us move forward with our healing and to stay on our path that we need to. Wishing you all the best.